for his first title.
Belmont and the legend Harry Sullins.
Here's a man that showed up in Windsor Locks, didn't even have a spot in the tournament, but because another player withdrew, he got the spot, and he's in number 5. What a welcome.
Well, Chris, a little tentative with his first shot in the championship round, but just a real likable guy. And he put on a great show last night as he charged to the top 5. What he needs to do with the 5-10 is get the ball just to the left of the 5-pin, slide that baby over into the 10. He'd like to open with a spare.
Right, so the southpaw is faced with that open frame. Try to rebound when he's next up, but here he is, 36 years old, 4 titles, 11 years. His best showing thus far this year, 26th at the Showboat, and he won there in 1992. Okay, Harry Sullins.
Great opening shot. Now watch the profile of Harry Sullins. A very long 4-step delivery. Watch how close he comes to the foul line with a long slide and just gets right up there. Everything perpendicular to the foul line, a good solid follow through. That's the way to do it. Remember, the feet are the extension of your whole body, and he stayed right in balance. 6 rounds, 42 games this week for the players. Sullins up, second frame. He started with a strike.
Here's a 36-year-old that's handled every phase of the bowling business, it seems, except ownership of an establishment. Interesting guy, Harry Sullins, and get better acquainted with Bob Belmont, who's 33. He's 5'10", 215 pounds. He's on the right lane now, Bo.
Needs to get something going. Second frame.
Oh, yes. Our tournament leader is a left-hander, Just Stayrook.
Very nice shot here by Bob Belmont, recovering from an open frame in the second frame. Now watch his footwork. He slides right into the line. That's very good form there. You don't want to see this foot kick out too much, but here, once again, he's perpendicular, and when you stay perpendicular, it keeps your arm close to your body, and you get maximum leverage.
Leaving a 6-pin on the left lane.
Natural adjustment for the 5-10 split he had in the first frame. He was a little light, tries to pinch the ball up a little bit higher. The ball enters the 1-2 pocket. The 3 goes around the 6. Could have gotten a good break and cut the lead of Sullins down to just 11, but with a spare, he'll remain 21 behind.
Spare 1 seconds.
Okay.
I'm not saying the third.
Now, Bob relaxes. Or rests, I should say. And now, if anybody really relaxes between shots, here's Harry Sullins.
Harry Sullins has to watch this area. Here's where he's starting. He has the biggest hook of any of our players, and he'll be playing a deep inside line with a trajectory along the 4th arrow.
All right, 4-time champion Harry Sullins has suffered through a year-long dry spell. Here's his explanation.
Well, with the advanced technology of today's bowling equipment, all the different surfaces, reactive resins and urethane, for myself, being a big power player, it's made the game much more difficult for myself trying to bowl like a straighter player. And it's just the way science has worked out. Hopefully I'll figure it out and I'll get back to the top of my game.
The scout. Harry Sullins, the leader by 41. Yes, we are in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Just up the road from the state capital of Hartford. Near the Capitol building, you can find the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial.
Help is just around the corner.
Here at Bradley Bowl in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, near Hartford, we're nearing midpoint of our very first match in the Tums Classic. For the first time ever on national television, Bob Belmont. If you just joined us, grew up in White Plains, now living in Dunedin, Florida, where he owns a pro shop at Rainbow Lanes in Clearwater. 610.
Well, he's showing a little of the nervousness that a part-time player would show in a championship round. The veteran Harry Sullins has this match well in hand in the early going. As you see, Belmont drifting high, breaks down the 6-7-10 split. Has a very simple spare for a left-hander. The 6-10, get that ball over into the right-hand corner.
Oh, the chop and another open frame. Bob Belmont, part-time pro, explains why he elected to bowl here.
Well, I like to come up toward the East Coast, Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, because I lived on the White Plains, New York, and it's like a vacation and bowling at the same time, so I have a little fun while I'm doing it.
And he's picking up some cash. However, he trails by 54.
And the crowd's behind him here in this Connecticut city. Now, Harry Sullins.
Harry's had remarkable carry in the first 4 frames. One of the difficulties the players have had this week is slinging pins around and getting the off hit. Harry's carried 2 out of 3 off hits.
Here's the man that has a 5-bagger. Iron Man. He bowled 239 consecutive tournaments, a PBA record, extending from 1986 to August 1993, July of 86. It's a while.
That is a while, Chris. He broke Sam Flanagan's old record of 235. Here's the way Harry Sullins attacking the championship here. He's the extreme left. He's even going to walk over towards the left channel. He'll be around the 3rd arrow. He plays the big, powerful hook ball. He has 5 strikes to start.
Now he is halfway to the true value $100,000 check for a perfect game.
Kind of unexpected, huh, Chris? I think Belmont feels the same way. 180, 190, even 200 have been good games all week long. Now Belmont trails by 74.
Belmont.
And leaving the 4-pin as Brian Voss stays loose, practicing off on a pair to our right. You'll see him next.
Interesting technique employed by Bob Belmont. He uses the full fingertip grip on his first ball when the lanes are oily. Then he puts his fingers down just to the first knuckle. And then if the lanes get dry, see, just down to the first knuckle. Then if the lanes get a little bit dry, or he makes a spare shot, he goes to what we call the conventional grip down to the second knuckle to cut down his hook. However, he needs strikes right now.
And gets it. Well, we keep getting more than just the Choice Hotels tip of the week. Bo gives his tips along with his commentary here. Bo, you looked awfully good on the lanes a week ago. The old form was there.
Well, 218 wasn't enough, and it won't be enough against this young man today as he started with 6 consecutive strike opening match.
5 more.
Knocked out that 7.
This is fun.
High risk, high reward type player, Harry Sullins, an almost insurmountable 84-pin lead with that strike in the 7th. He made Bob Belmont a spectator too. Once again, $100,000 available to Harry Sullins. Just look at the look on his face, the deepening of his breath. He knows what's at stake now.
Now he needs 4.
A
6.
Showing some of that personality that he showed to the fans all week long as they really cheered him on. Look at this conventional grip there. Director Larry Cam picks that up. The very short grip, and he cuts down his hook. It's supposed to be more controlled.
We hope he'll bowl more often, but Bobby B's Pro Shop in Rainbow Lanes in Clearwater keeps him pretty busy.
Best Bob can bowl if he strikes out 196. Make it 185 with a spare, but he'll try to get this out of the way as quickly as possible, as Sullins will be coming up in the first match with the first 8 strikes in a row.
All right, now Harry Sullins. Graphic, you're reading it. 8 consecutive strikes.
Wow, awfully good effort right there by Harry Sullins. He just saws this head pin out of there. Watch it go to the sideboard, catches it all, the head pin comes back and just slides in front of the 10. That could be the difference between just a good solid victory and $100,000.
Goodness. So 8 in a row. It's a guy that can really perform, as he's proven over the 11 years as a PBA member, with 4 national titles, 9 regionals. Great collector of sports memorabilia, especially sports cards. Great collection.
Sullins 2 more strikes would open with a 279. Now, Chris, part of the difficulty of this tournament in the low scoring environment is the pairs were much different. This is a 42-lane bowling center. As you went from pair to pair, it was very different. These fellows got an hour practice, and Harry Sullins made the most of it.
So it's another 10 pin on the left lane.
269.
Beginning. Of course, Sullins has won. We'll give you Belmont's score when we return, but let's take this break right now.
I know it's...
Added another one for a 269. Bob Belmont shot a 172, $5,000 for Bob Belmont. And boss is next. He'll meet Harry Sullins, and this should be...